Just telling to Ronnie how I modified this set. So basically this is the modification of the 42154 Ford GT, and this model was a real challenge to motorize because it's such a small set, and I really wanted to use BuWizz motors to give it some proper power. So first modification, if we look at the underneath, first you will see that I managed to cram two BuWizz motors right behind the rear seats, and they are driving the 12-tooth bevel gears, so they are actually driving the opposite direction and then driving the differential, and then differential continues to drive the fake engine. So the fake engine functionality has been preserved, so when you're spinning the wheels, also the fake engine, the V6, is turning. Now the second thing I had to do is the steering. I managed to cram the L steering motor right behind the front axle, and in front of the front axle is actually the BuWizz unit, and the BuWizz unit in this case is also a structural component because it's holding the front together. And I'm really happy how easy it is to recharge the BuWizz unit, because you simply open and here's the USB-C port for charging. And I'm really happy how I managed to preserve the original looks. You can still open the doors, and the spoiler still works if you push the red lever inside the cabin. So why did I bother using BuWizz motors? Why didn't I just use the normal power top or power function motors? Well, the idea is that I wanted this to be a high performance car, and only with the BuWizz motors can we achieve the speed that we want to. And I think this model should do around 15 kilometers an hour. We will of course test that, and only with BuWizz I was able to preserve the interior and the fake engine. If you were to use the original powered up or power function components, I don't think I would be able to cram everything inside as I managed here. We couldn't put the original power functions or powered up hub in the front or anywhere else, so I think this was the only way to have both the compactness and the power that we needed for this model to successfully motorize.
This is very interesting, the mechanism to raise the spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
I thought some bricks are here, by mistake, and now I see this is actually
just part of the spoiler.
Yeah,
I had to slightly modify
mechanism.
it. The original comes a bit more offset. I modified the handle how it works from the original, but the functionality is preserved.
The functionality is preserved.
Yes.
Excellent. And also you have suspension on all four corners.
The rear suspension was really hard to modify.
Suspension.
I had to redesign the rear suspension because the motors were in the way of the original, and yesterday evening I was still working on that. And yes, this was a really large challenge, just getting everything inside. And the original model is really good. It's actually more functional than the Ferrari, the small one that came 2 years ago, because it actually has a spoiler function, which the one that's more expensive, it doesn't even have that. So I think the original designer Milan did a great job with this one.
Excellent. Has the opening hood and engine compartment, doors, spoiler,
scissor
and
doors.
The V6 engine, right?
Yeah, V6
and all
engine.
these functionalities retained, even though you added quite a few components. You added BuWizz, you added the steering motor and two BuWizz motors for driving.
So I'm really happy how it turned out, and now we're gonna drive it and see what kind of speed it reaches.
Excellent. It looks great, so let's try it out. Let's see how it drives.
So now we're gonna measure the speed of this model. So let's put it here and let's see what kind of speed we can reach. Oh, okay, we lost the wheel. 8 kilometers an hour. I think we can go faster. $14.6 kilometers an hour. I said 15, we reached 14.6. And we reached 15.5 kilometers an hour.
This is a very fast car, it's a race car, so you know racing is very demanding on parts, and well, I broke some parts, so nothing new when racing is concerned.
He wanted to do a J-turn and he broke the main bevel gear, so that happens. So now we have intermediate drive.
Yeah, I mean it will still drive, but you know performance will be a bit less.
It's not spinning, this wheel. It's not spinning at all.
Yeah, maybe a piece of plastic blocked it.
I don't know.
The broken plastic from the bevel gear. You see here the plastic is actually bent. This is from so much force. It was probably very hot and soft, and it bent under torque. As a lot of torque was applied. It did not break, but it's actually bent.
So the axle hole is also a bit melted. So that's why the CV joint got stuck. It slightly melted and got stuck. That's why the wheel was blocked. So we have to lubricate this model a bit more.
So you have seen how this Ford GT is racing. I must say it's a very fun model. It's very interesting and fun to drive. It has quite a lot of speed and it can do a lot of stunts, but as you have seen, all this speed and stunts is quite demanding on the Lego parts, and we broke some parts. So for today the fun is over, but Jorne is gonna repair it, and we're gonna continue having fun with it. So if you liked this video, please click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to click the notification bell so that in the future you will be notified when we post more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.